Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a timely tarot oracle reading about random shift. This is a general collective reading, so if parts may or may not resonate with you, take what works for you and just leave the rest. Also, this is a timely reading, meaning if you're watching it at this time, it is the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it has been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then? That could give you further clarity as to what's going on now. I did a quick meditation with this black tourmaline. Black tourmaline is about repelling negative thoughts and having a good attitude. Perfect. So the star is the underlying energy for this reading, and we're talking about this is someone who you following your North Star energy, and this is adding your own special unique qualities to the universal pool and then pouring that out onto planet Earth. And the star is representing your North Star, so it's saying you're following your destined path, and these stars in the background are the Pleiades. And shooting star, this dragon here, she just happens to be from the Pleiades. She is representing the root chakra, which is about survival and, not just surviving, but thriving. And the base chakra is about your needs, on the physical world. So this reading is probably going to be about a little bit of surviving the earth and you're galactic. How about that? So shooting star is actually about attitude, and attitude can go a very long way. It's talking about if you wish upon a star and you just sit there and you're wondering, why isn't anything happening? It's because you need to put some of your own energy into it, as she is doing here. And so this is a good attitude can take you a long way. We have the energy of the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is talking about heartache of some sort. You may be feeling a little bit of heartache right now regarding a situation, or there's a need for forgiveness, healing of the heart in some way. The swords in tarot represent the element of air, and this is about your thoughts. So this is talking like, when we look at this, we see like there's three swords in this heart, and I mean, you can see there's heartache here. But this is, you notice that this heart is actually quite big for the swords. So the swords are more like stakes, or they're something you probably can heal from with a good attitude. And it's talking about, sometimes in matters of romantic love, this could be talking about a third party energy separating a couple. It can be talking about gossip, slander, harsh words being spoken, arguments. Sometimes it can even represent perjury in court, or someone who's afraid to speak their truth. This card often also says that there's a heartbreaking decision that needs to be made. And then we have the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Wands is talking about, something coming in quickly. This is action being taken. The wands represent the element of fire, and they're made of wood because wood fuels fire. So this is passionate action. Now this could be you launching a new project, or it could be some energy coming towards you. We'll see here. But this is saying it's already been launched, so it's headed our way. And then we have the energy of the Six of Pentacles. Pentacles in tarot are health, wealth, and happiness. This is like in the third dimension. And, the pentacles represent the element of earth. And so this energy is talking about money partly. Money, of course, is a big part of our happiness on planet Earth. Having said that, you could have all the money in the world and still not be living the lifestyle you want to live. This card can sometimes talk also about breadcrumbing energy, that you don't feel that you are that you're not living the lifestyle you want to live, or you're not being paid what you feel you should be getting paid for the work you're doing. And it can also talk about someone learning the art of discernment, the give and take in life, how much time, money, and energy you're willing to invest in any particular project or people or place or thing. And here, this person, this is indicating that 6 seeds were planted, and they've collected their harvest, and they have a little bit left over, so they're like, hey, I'm going to give to charity. And this person there, discernment is telling me this person is going to use it wisely, that they could really use it. But this person, they have the scales of justice hanging over their head, because look at, he's got something in his pocket here, and this is this energy is talking like about being a grifter. Like he would rather take his money to risk rather than risk his own. He has what he needs. He doesn't need to be begging for money here. So this is this individual has the discernment to say, I'm not giving money to someone who already has what they need, and then they want to risk my money. And so he doesn't give him anything there. And then we have also the Ace of Swords. There's some sort of truth coming in. This is a gift from the divine and the universe combined. This is a big reward, because when the truth comes in, it's talking about having, once you have the facts, then you can really move forward, especially like when it comes to forgiveness of the heart. Sometimes you just need to understand what happened or have closure in a situation, and then it's easier to move forward. Let's see what else is going on here. We have a tower hitting. I'm not surprised to see this tower with this energy here and sitting on the truth. The tower is actually a reality check. And so it's kind of, it can be beneficial. Like it always is beneficial, because you need the reality check, but it's very uncomfortable. And it's, it's talking about the universe whispering to you, you need to take a look at that, and you don't. Then you get the frying pan treatment, whack over the head. And you're like, hey, universe, why'd you have to go and do that to me? And the universe is going, that's nothing. You need to pay attention. There's something going on here that's really important that you know. And you still don't take care of it. And then, the 2x4 comes out. You still don't take care of it. So then lightning hits your tower of your castle, and the next thing you know, it's on fire, and people are falling out of it, and it's like a disaster. And so sometimes you can avoid the tower if you nip things in the bud and look after it earlier. But sometimes, we're human, we miss it. So one of the people here is, that's falling out, is really shocked. And the other one is like, oh, I knew I should have taken care of that sooner. The thing about the tower is, quite often, if and again, it requires a good attitude, because towers are really uncomfortable, and they can be, like, the whole thing needs to be rebuilt when it comes to this point. And so, if you're on the right side of spiritual law and physical law, though, you probably will look back on it and say, thank God that this happened. And it's sitting right on this gift of the truth from God. The truth can be really hard to hear, but at least then we know what we're dealing with, right? And so this is talking about something that you have to look after. And so that's, once you look after it, you will be probably grateful that you did. If you're on the wrong side of the law and you're the one who's really causing the tower, then it's time to pay up. It's like you've been caught. You need to deal with your shift. And we do have someone walking away here from love. Now, this card can represent romantic love. If there was a third-party energy, this definitely could talk about walking away because of a third-party energy. But it also could represent walking away from family or friends or a business, whatever that may be. It can also be walking away from what you love to do or what you love to be, and feeling like I have to go do something else at this time, maybe because of the tower. And the tower could be, if this is romantic love, this sometimes can represent conception on top of it. So There could have been a third-party involvement that involved a conception of a baby as well. So, you know, just, we'll keep going here and see what else comes up. Yeah, this is the dark night of the soul. So the dark night of the soul is when you isolate yourself or you become isolated. And sometimes rejection is God's protection. There could be way more going on in this with the truth coming out and the reward of this truth. So, but the hermit decides, you know what, I don't know what to do. I'm going to pray, meditate. He goes up to the top of the mountain and he prays and he meditates and he asks God, please give me some assistance. I'm not sure what to do here. And when his lantern is full of the light of the North Star, then he knows that, and his rod is lit up, it's time to come down from the mountain and take action and move forward. And then we have, now that you know what you know, you have conviction beyond a doubt that this is what the action you're going to take. So this is, sometimes this is the very best thing that you can do. And sometimes if you're in a situation where you find yourself isolated, rejection can quite often be God's protection, so that when that tower hits, the least damage happens to you. You know, the truth will set you free. So this is, now that you know what you know, that you have conviction beyond a doubt, the action to take. So this is you protecting your heart with the wand, but you're also standing your ground. And these people are trying to take action towards you or against you. And you're like standing your ground. You're not just going to roll over here. They might be used to you being nice or whatever, and now it's like, no, I'm standing my ground. Now that I know what I know, I have no doubt whatsoever that I don't deserve this treatment, and I am going to I'm going to fight for myself here. And you notice here we have a boot on one foot and a shoe on the other. And sometimes that can be talking about you're straddled between those two worlds and it's really uncomfortable. But once you know what you know and you're in this energy, it's talking about being very sure that of the direction that you're going to take. This energy of having one boot on one foot and a shoe on the other sometimes can also represent someone walking in someone else's shoes. And you know, that can sometimes represent forgery or identity theft or something like that. There's a few cards here that are a little bit, you know, iffy. So we're just going to look and see. You would know if you have something going on here. We have the Hierophant coming in as well now. And the Hierophant is responsible for bringing justice down from the spiritual realm down to the physical. And this is talking about... you know, he has his right hand in a blessing, because again, and look at it, it's right on this tower here. And it's also on this breadcrumbing and someone, you know, like being like someone else making money off your back kind of energy is what it feels like. There's a lot of that kind of energy here. We have, this is talking about traditional structure. So after visiting God at the top of the mountain and having conviction beyond a doubt what action you're going to take, the justice comes in from the spiritual realm. So if you're a religious person, you know, and you go to church, a specific church, this can represent the people that are in the church and that energy. Also, if you're hearing that loud purring noise, that's just my cat Stella. She's got happy feet and she's purring away here. Don't chew on the mic though, okay, honey? It's okay, you can purr. No, don't chew on the mic. Sorry. She's in the zone. She's really enjoying this reading. So, yeah, so the Hierophant has his hand, a right hand in the form of a blessing. And so that is saying, you know, if you're on the right side of the law, there's a blessing coming for you. If you're on the wrong side of the law, you know, you're going to have to take care of, you need to pay the price. You have to get your shift together here, basically. And so it's talking about, you know, if you, whatever church or religion you're in, the people that are higher up in that. So like a pope, cardinal, bishop, you know, rabbi, guru, whatever that is for you. bringing the energy down to the physical. And if you're more like on the spiritual side and you like to pray and meditate and connect with God on your own without an intermediary, then this is talking about bringing that energy down. The monks here are like, this is him delegating the responsibility. Okay, I need you to go do this, this, and this. We need to bring this justice in through the court systems of the world. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. And so this is some information coming in about Pentacles. And because it's the page, this can be relevant as to time frame wise for you. The pages would work for the king and queen around 7 to 14 years of age. And that's young because back then the life expectancy was half of what it is now. So they would start working very young. But this would be a real coup for them. They'd start working for the palace, and their main job would be to bring information and communication in and deliver that, do small errands and tasks. When they became an adult, they might even be considered for knighthood, as long as they could afford their own horse. So this energy, just to be aware also in tarot, that the characters in tarot are all, they're not gender specific. They're talking about masculine and feminine energies. So these days for sure, I mean, in the old days, it was always a male if they were pages or knights. But this could be a female as well as a male, and in their masculine energy. And it would be something to do with pentacles, with business, real estate, inheritances, that type of energy. The communication in those days would always be in person. That was the only way they had, or they would deliver a note. But this is, don't be fooled by that. This energy could easily be a phone call or a text message. This could represent, documents or paperwork, that type of thing. This can represent, applying for a loan, or maybe you're selling your home and waiting to see if the buyer has accepted the offer, that type of energy. There could also be this energy of being on social media and someone messages you. Maybe you go to an event posted there and you run into someone and then it's in person. It's also saying pay attention to what's going on in the world around you, at least 5 minutes a day. Check out what's going on. He's right at the top of the pyramid. Check out what's happening at the top, because whatever the leaders of the country are going through and whatever is going, like the viral news of the day, that can be very informative for you, especially when it comes to business, for ideas, and also having an idea of what's going on. Which countries maybe you want to avoid doing, out this time, for doing business with, or that type of energy. So this energy as well, from the bottom going up and back down, we have some sort of heartache, perhaps some forgiveness and some healing work that needs to be done. This energy here could say that this is from your childhood, so this could represent even the information coming in could be about something that happened when you were in elementary school, high school, or just beginning college, university, starting in the workforce. And sometimes it could be someone that you knew from back then, or sometimes this can represent maybe someone 7 years ago, 14 years ago, 21 years ago that you haven't seen for that amount of time. But all of a sudden they pop up in your life again with some information. So just pay attention to, those are just sort of clues to give you an idea maybe of what it's about. And so this is about healing the heartache by conferring with God, asking for assistance. What can I do? And then coming out of it wanting to stand your ground. And I feel there's some information coming towards you that this is, it's going to better your lifestyle. And you're walking away from the situation, or someone walking away from you. Sometimes that isolation can be driven by the truth coming in. And this remember, rejection can be God's protection. There is some sort of justice coming down, and it's regarding this tower that hits. So when the tower hits, that's probably when the truth is going to start coming out for you. And I do feel like this could be representing that you we're breadcrumbs some way in some pentacle energy. So let's check out. I'm going to clarify for those who want clarification. I'll use my oracle. If you're leaving the reading here, thank you for your time and energy. Your likes, comments, and subscribes, I really appreciate them. Excuse me. You too, Stella. All right. I don't know why my throat just went dry so much. It's this card here. Maybe we've got some biggie coming up here. Let's do one more cut here. What's going on? We might need to have a really good attitude here. So this is courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light, and my website is talesfromthevector.com. The numbers on these cards represent all 64 paintings that I completed in the order they appear in my oracle. And so you can check it out if you want to. I'll put this in the description box below in the order they show up. So if you want to check it out, you can. Some people find it really interesting, and it's something they say a picture paints 1,000 words. So this might give you more ideas. We have mother's worry here, so definitely you could be a mother. Your mother might be concerned about you because you feel heartbroken. It hurts a mother when their children are sad, But a lot of times this card is coming up a lot lately, and I feel it's reflective of the energy of the world right now. A lot of people are feeling a little off. You can feel it. People are kind of feeling a little trampled at times, like just from everything that's happening in the world. It's just like a wild world out there. It's different. It can be really heavy some days, and we have a lot of new energy coming in as well. And with the AI and everything, it's like a lot of people are feeling kind of like hesitant as to how to move forward is the word, the hesitation. So, but look at this is saying that you could be on a foolhardy journey, and this is coming in very quickly for you. It's already launched and it's coming towards you. So this is really good to see. This means that you're on your destined path, and the Fool starts out, this is talking about a new cycle beginning. And I feel like it's for the people, like if you do the healing energy, then it opens your heart up to having like this new energy coming in. And I feel like you've done the work, and this is really, if you have a good attitude, it can really take you far as well. So I know I keep saying that, but it's way more important than people realize, because a lot of times you can't control what's going on around you. The only thing you can control is whether you react or you respond to it. And that requires a good attitude. Sometimes it's satisfying to react, but that's a very momentary thing. And then there can be a lot of regret after. The energy right now does not support impulsive behavior. It really doesn't. It can escalate very quickly. So just, keep your shift together, and like this energy is saying that as long as you're on your North Node and you're doing your best to stay on your destined path, and it looks like here you have gone or you're about to. This is talking about degradation of energy. This is a tactic that's used sometimes, like where people want you, they don't want you to have a good attitude. They want you to freak out. And they're doing everything they can, and they're kind of frustrated because you're not freaking out. You're supposed to be freaking out by now, but you're not. The tower hit and you're like, well, you know what? Maybe I needed that reality check. It's kind of like that energy. This is talking about being very mature right now. And people mature at different, times. And so sometimes when it comes to heartache like this in a relationship, if there's a third party energy and you're walking away and you've been in a relationship a long time, this can talk about, just maybe you weren't mature enough to have that type of relationship as of yet. And everything that you learn from this is going to bring you towards that having like a real strong relationship, that maybe one that you didn't even realize you could have. And so this is like talking about, Venus is rules over love. And the Libra energy is talking about justice in love. So I do feel like if you've been disappointed here and you've walked away, and maybe it's not the first time you've had this happen before, and you're just wondering, you know, do I ever want to even love again? Yes, yes, you do. Yeah, and first of all, you have to love yourself enough to do the healing work, though, so that you can have an open heart going into it. And so this card is saying you can anticipate a strong future, and this is saying you should anticipate a strong future. So I feel like the energy is really shifting for you. And we have scotoma. Scotoma can be when you have a blind spot. And this is, you know, like it's like where you can't see something, but everybody else could see it. Maybe about someone that you were in a relationship with, and you couldn't see it, but they could. Or you could see something about someone that was so lovable that you look past their, you know, their negative qualities or whatever. And, you know, so it's kind of talking about how this whole thing can be, you know, when it comes to commitments, whether that be marriage or partnerships for romantic reasons, or if it be for business or whatever, when we learn from our mistakes, then we can do better the next time. And that's the best that we can do. And so, you know, having a good attitude is just doing that. It's saying, okay, well, I'm not going to be perfect maybe, but I'm going to do the best I can to move forward. And a lot of times people have blind spots, especially when it comes to love. Come to that conclusion after doing a lot of readings that love is actually blind. It's not just a saying. We don't want to see ugly about the people we love, so we tend to, you know, not do so, and sometimes that can get us in problemsome areas. And that's when you have to start realizing that you need to watch out for yourself. You need to know what the give and take is. When do you draw the line? Is this a fair exchange of energy? This is very much the Libra energy right here. So, and then we have the moon. Yes, the moon is a time for reckless abandon, and that's with the W. This is about disciplining your mind. This is saying hidden secrets and illusions are coming out. And that, you know, the moon is when we're at our most intuitive. So the next time, if you've had a tower hit, now you'll know what the signs were. It'll be made clear to you. And you'll be like, when you reflect back upon it, you're going to be okay. Next time, I'm going to feel more, you know, about what's going on, rather than just, you know, marching through it or pushing myself through it when my intuition is yelling at me, stop. So that's, yeah, I feel like this reading is good. It's saying that this is saying it's time for you to shine. And, you know, that congratulations on healing here and taking the time to love yourself enough to work on yourself, because all these hidden illusions and secrets coming out are putting you on a journey that you can anticipate having, like, really, like, it's talking a lot of passion for life coming back towards you. All right. Thank you for your time and energy. I will be back with another reading for you about random shifts soon. Bye for now.